If you thought Clash Royale wasn't pay to play yet, well, I'm guessing this is gonna change it. The 2v2 Touchdown Elite Challenge. There's no more free entries. At least in this. At 9 wins in this challenge, you get a legendary chest. At 9 wins, 7 wins, 30k gold. 5 wins gets you 3 epics. And then at 3 wins, 3k gold. At 9 wins, you also get 6k gold and 300 cards. Now, if you don't have enough gems, tough luck. And if it takes you a while and you play at the end, good luck with your teammates and opponents. Because I was lucky and got decent people. But I'm just going to let you know, by the time you guys even see this, a lot of the good people will probably be done. So, I started the challenge not confident at all. But I was able to get 1-0, 2-0. I got 2-1, sadly, just because I got a bad teammate. But then I went 3-1, 4-1, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9-1. So, you guys are wondering, I can barely get 6 wins, and that's if I'm lucky. I'm going to give you a few tips on how to get 9 wins. So I'm going to replay the last 2 battles I got in the challenge. So, in this case, guys, Inferno is always the no-brainer. Just because it can kill heavies and golems in no time at all. Golem is a must too, because it's just a really tanky card and can get through a lot of troops and defenses and still make it. Bats give a lot of value for 2 elixir. And if they don't have Zap, they gotta arrow it, poison it, rocket it, hell, friggin' lightning it, dude. New meta confirmed. And I chose Executioner just because he's really good at support and defense. So, this game was really funny, and I'll tell you why after. So we started really heavy in the beginning, which is never what you want to do. And as you see, I'm trying to support the push, but because of their defense, it doesn't even get close. Well, it kind of does, but doesn't at the same time. And as you see, they were smart, pushed right, and they beat us. And I got mad. But getting through the tips real quick, guys. My tips to you is to let your teammate choose your cards first. Once they choose their cards, you build the deck you feel is the best with those cards, or any familiar playstyle you are. Like if you're more of a beatdown person, go for beatdown. If you're more of a support, go support. But note this, guys, that you want to build your deck around your teammates. But you also want to make sure the enemy gets a bad deck as well. I had a game where I just gave them the most expensive cards and we won 3-0 in less than a minute. That's because they couldn't do anything and place anything. So at this point, my teammate knew that he was support and he knew I was the pusher. So he played defense terribly, but because I had a lot of low elixir cost troops, I was able to support my push, and he put spells and a few decent troops behind it, and we just won. So at this point, we both knew that we were going to win. So all we had to do was play defense, and that's exactly what we did. You don't want to push defense to the point where they're just going to push one side and win. So what you want to do is you pretty much want to build a little on one side, make them overcommit, and then do a small push on the other, and get their guards down. We won that game just because of the fact that he knew I was a pusher and we knew that he was a support. Because of that, we were able to win. So going on to this game, you would think Cannon is really good, but because my opponent, or friend I should say, gave them lightning, if they had Hog, it would have been one shot, while the Hut would have taken a little over it. So I chose Hut. I chose Freeze just in case they got Hog. They wouldn't get that dirty combo because Hog Freeze is really OP in this. And Clone isn't as big of a deal. Hog is way better than Golem, and Musketeer is way good at support and defense. So once I got Hog and Freeze, I automatically knew we won. So, and I'm just going to speed it up because you already know what happens. So my friend fakes pushes a giant push, and as you see guys, they took the bait and we just went really decently heavy on the other one and they just couldn't defend. And as you see, I RG'd as a distraction and they couldn't really do anything. So here we pretend to overcommit on one side, they take the bait and I hog push. They think that's going to work, but nope, Freeze takes it out. So at this point, we all knew it was GG. So all my friend and I had to do was play defensive, but we already knew that they went really, really heavy on one side and not spread out. So we just waited at the perfect moment and then we pushed. Simple as that. So as you see, they already used a lot of their buildings and I was just able to hawk push Freeze on the other side. And just like that, easy cucumbers. And the reason why I said it was funny in the last game was because my teammate who helped me win the 8th win was my enemy in the 9th. And I crushed him. And to think that was his last win he needed to win the challenge. So I feel really, really bad for him. But I'm going to play a match in this daily practice and show you my tips exactly in detail. So just imagine you just spent 100 gems and every crown and battle counts. So in this case, Fireball would be the better one. You might want to do Zap, but Fireball could take out Muskie, it could take out Flying Machine, it could take out a lot of small troops for a little more elixir, but it's worth it. Here, Archers is better, just because of more support, Bomb Tower because of health, and Musketeer because of damage over Freeze. So, as you saw there guys, I kind of let my friend choose his cards first, so I can build my deck around. But because I didn't get too big of cards anyways, it really didn't matter. So I like to look at his deck and see what he has. So he has a decently heavy deck. But as you see, they're pushing really hard on the left side, which I can guarantee you, a lot of people do. And as you see, it almost won. And as you saw, guys, oh my gosh, I think we might win. We won. Oh, we should not have won that. I overcommitted with the fireball and we should have lost. But as you see, guys, I'm not lying when I say at least 95%, maybe even 99% of the battles, you will see your opponents overcommit in one certain area. As you see in this, they overcommitted on the middle left. And now all we do is just defend and then just counter push. And as you see, my teammate is really smart in doing so. And I missed a little bit, but I mean, that's still won't do anything. But as you see, they invest so much in defense to the point where it hurts them. And now because I know they don't have enough elixir and they just spent a zap for no reason, this is going to be a nasty push for them. So although that giant might get melted, that witch will spawn a skeleton and it might be able to go. So it doesn't. But, I mean, they were scared enough to waste even more elixir. I don't care. Thank you, battery. And like I said, just look at how they play. Look at what their defenses are like. See what their aggression is like. And just let them play against themselves. Because out of all the battles I played, the enemy always played themselves. And look at this. They have to push the other side and they overcommit 4 and the skellies win. Never mind. But look at that battle ram. And just easy. So now we know that they push too much on one side and we can just use that to our advantage. See, Lava Hound opening is not that smart of a play. And he just got mad value. Where's OJ? I don't know, guys. But as you see, watch how your enemies play. Let your teammate choose first. Build support to your teammate if they're more the heavy side, like the golem deck or the giant deck. But if you're the heavy deck, you usually want to add support as well. But you also want to make sure both decks are compatible with each other. A lot of this doesn't make sense. It might not. But, yeah. Let your teammate choose first. Build decks around each other. If your opponent's the aggressor, be defensive. If you're the aggressor, he should be defensive. If you're going to do it with a friend, then you should definitely take that advice. One should be the aggressor, one should be the defender. And then moving on, most people will overcommit on one particular side. So I like to wait and see when that happens. So I can just push on far away to the other side. And usually they can't defend well. And if you really don't feel that confident in playing aggro and you barely have a 1-0 lead, then just play defense. Even if you like it's hard or even if you don't like it, play defense just to get that win. And the last tip I'll give to you is even if you get a loss early, like I did at the 3rd game, never give up. Because you never know who you're going to get and how it's going to go. So guys, good luck. It was actually really fun and really easy. I don't know how it's going to be tomorrow because a lot of the good people are probably going to be gone. But hopefully you guys get it. Hopefully you guys learned. Good luck.